Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the live trading room every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 p.m. to 3. Ashley Reeve here. What a privilege and a blessing to be with you guys. Before we get started, remember the information we discuss in this video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. Come on. All right, let's get ready to rumble. It's good to be with you here this afternoon, guys. It is 3 minutes after 2, and it's good to be with you, yeah? Jules, I see you there. Claude, I see you. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I hope you guys are ready to get going, because I certainly am. We got quite a bit for us to maybe look at from a technical standpoint. Obviously, want to look at the charts, make sure that you guys are up to speed with what's happening. All right, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. Tease in the chat. Share, I see you. I see you. I see you. Round of applause. Round of applause. Hey guys, we steamrolling through the month of March. I hope you can agree with me over there, as always. But as a trader, we're looking at it, right? That's how, and that's actually how it works. We go through things very, very quickly. Yeah. So are you guys ready to go? Maybe let me know in the chat facility if you are. Come on. I see, been a while, Ash. You back? It's good to be with you. That's for you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get rolling. All right, so guys, craziness happening in the world. Obviously, we see it as opportunity as well. I mean, can we, really not see it as opportunity? There's a lot of things from a rising oil price to possible inflation that's obviously right at our doorstep as well. We're going to be looking at the oil price today, looking at what's happening there. It spiked up, just like we said, it's going to go up, right? But I mean, it's kind of logical to explain it in that way, or at least analyze it because of what's happening politically and obviously having economic ramifications to it. And we want to try and see, if there's any opportunities in there. Yeah. From a volatile perspective, moving from one price range to the next is pretty big. And you want to try and combine volatility with the liquidity in the market. Yeah. And ride it basically. Yeah. So we want to try and see and combine the fundamentals. All right. So, I just want to start perhaps with the dollar a little bit here this afternoon. If you can't see my charts, guys, just let me know. If there's anything wrong with the audio at any time, please, guys, feel free to let me know. All right. But let's start it off. We're going to start off with the dollar. And what's happening, obviously, guys, I'll rope in both dollar and gold here. The DXY in specificity, let's start with that one. It did stay above the 100 point mark on the index. The Federal Reserve remains hawkish. Those rates came to an unchanged status, and the reason, obviously, we're looking at a lot of inflation risks that's rising, the oil and the war strong U.S. data. The producer prices is a little bit higher now because of the oil price. And the impact, really, we're seeing a stronger dollar that's rallying here. You can see it against the gold price now. Markets are expected, higher rates for longer. Pressure is obviously then put on the, other currencies, your Australian dollar, your euro, your NZD. We're going to look at some of those now. And then what's happening with gold is, guys, it's been around the 4,008. It's now dropped down and dipped below to 4,600. The Fed is not cutting those rates soon. So it's bearish for gold at this point in time. And so the war is obviously supporting the safe haven demand, on the other side, because there's always two sides to the coin, right? The rising oil is giving those concerns on inflation, guys. When inflation is up, everything is more expensive, all right? So they can't afford to be, hiking rates if the inflation is not coming out as high either. And we saw the CPI results anyway. It was not high, so we want to try and see what April has in store. The big picture really is on the Middle East, the Strait, yeah? But let's quickly look at the gold price, all right? We had anticipated this morning here that gold is going to drop down to 4,006. For those of you that actually came into the opening bell this morning, you would have seen it. It's right there, all right? It's right there. It's right there. So we've now dipped down to 4,626. We're still anticipating some further downside here to about 4,404. But obviously, guys, I'm going to urge you to always look at the time sessions, all right? I'm talking about the Tokyo, I'm talking about the New York, the London session, and so forth. You got to look at those sessions because in there lies a lot of information that can help you make a more informed decision. Right now, you can see that price at this point in time, this where the gold price is now, is below so many sessions over here, and currently we at a couple of days away. Let me just tell you where that was. This was on the 5th of Feb, all right, 5th of Feb. We have now approached the low of the 5th of Feb. That's the New York session there. Now, if we break below there, then obviously we are, running down to about 4,404. That's just going to be from a structure perspective, all right, bearish structure perspective. This does not, I'm not putting in any corrections at this point, all right? Corrections can happen intraday, can happen tomorrow, can happen next week, Monday, but what can happen is the run can also go all the way down straight to the 4,404. I'd actually, put in a few notes here earlier on, just before we started here, guys. On the 10-minute, you can see I've actually highlighted a zone here, and price has broken through. Now, many guys are getting in already for the short, all right? So there's nothing wrong with that short. It's just, some of the movement has already been lost there. So what you can possibly do here, just looking at structure, you can wait for a retest if it does come. But I put that block in place specifically because that was the low of the Asian session this morning that ended at 11 a.m., all right? That was at 11 a.m., and the Asian low was broken, all right? There was a break in the low, and I was looking to see if there was going to be a continuation, hence the block there, so that gray block, and there is a continuation now. So at this point in time, gold is still plummeting to the downside. 4,404 is the area that I am looking at, $4,404 per ounce. And that's what I'm looking at from a gold perspective for now. I'm not factoring in any corrections yet, all right? I'm going to wait actually to see how it fares at 3 o'clock today. That's when the pre-activity happens on the New York Open. New York Open starts at 3:30, all right? I'm talking South African time now, guys. And so at 3 o'clock, I'll be watching the pre-open of the US to see if gold possibly pushes to the upside, because if it does push to the upside, I'll be waiting for some movement so I can get in for that short to the 4,404. All right, AUD USD. I'm currently in here. I'm trading this on a minute on minute frames. Currently in some profits here. I got in earlier on, guys, before we even started. There's my block again. I was trading on a 1 minute. I was waiting for that break. You can see where my entry was. I was waiting for the break. It closed beneath. We had a bit of a retest of that same area, and it seems like all is well now to go down. So I might get a question in the comments, Ash, can I get in now? Well, guys, remember, you can get in any way you want. What I'm saying to you is that the price at this point is pushing down back to the Asian low of today. All right, the Asian low of today. That's why I'm going to get out. That's about 25 pips or so. And then obviously we want to see what happens after that. If I do notice anything that is opposing that, obviously I will act accordingly. And what I mean by that is I want you to take a look at this gray block here. All right, look at that gray block here. Let me also just say, you guys know that the Australian economy also hiked their rates. Strong job growth is happening there. I believe there's about 48,900 jobs that was added to the economy. Unemployment also increased a little bit there, so there's a bit of mixed data. The Reserve Bank is still considering to hike those rates again, all right? And that's because of the Middle Eastern war that's taking place. Now, you'll notice I have a similar gray block here, all right? Now, that gray block is important because when price breaks out of a specific zone, many guys will go for the buy. All right. Now, whilst nothing's wrong with that, it is also an area that can bring a lot of heartache to you and cause a lot of acid reflux. All right. Can cause a lot of acid reflux. You're going to need some Gaviscon or so after that. Yeah. But when the breakout happens, it is absolutely your call to look for any rejection. All right, look for any rejection. And what you can do with that is you can always look at the breakout, which happened on the 1 hour. So the 1 hour broke out. All right. You can then drop down to the much lower time frames and start looking at the candle bodies at that same breakout point. There, all right. That specific breakout you can see here, that price almost immediately went back into and retreated back into the Asian session. So it broke out of the high of the Asian session this morning and then came in immediately. That was a sweep of liquidity that came in. Lots of stop losses were triggered there. All right. Obviously, when the guys sold over here, prices went down. Together, guys put a lot of stop losses. And obviously, profit taking happened here as well. All right. And this was early this morning. Price went up again, take out the remaining stop losses, and now we are looking to come back here, back to the Asian session. All right, so the London session right now, all right, is actually trending down. It's trending down at this point in time. So what I'll be waiting for is the 3 o'clock pre-market open on the New York session. There's a high probability that we could come down to the 69 cents there to the Aussie, $69. 69 cents of US to make up 1 Aussie. That is what we are possibly looking at. All right. But I'm going to be watching the US Open for that. Right now, I'm only focused on what the London session is doing, and that is traveling down at this moment in time. It's filtered down to the gold price as well. All right. I'm not getting into gold right now because that move has already happened. I was actually late for it. I stepped out when I came back. I saw the move down. So I didn't kick myself, but there's always opportunities, guys. There's always opportunities. So we're seeing that happen right now. So the Aussie is trending down at this point in time. All right. Look at the oil price. Also, guys, very important. It has now gone up. I mentioned it this morning in the opening bell. We're anticipating the $113 per barrel to be hit. It actually hit it very, very easily here today, which was part of our analysis this week. All right, so you can see it there now, and we're seeing a bit of rejection that has happened now. There's rejection. So 103 was met, 113 was met, and that is obviously, guys, with the increasing tension that's happening in the Middle East. So at this point in time, it's just a correction that's happening right now. There's a correction happening at this moment in time. All right, and this correction, you can see it on the lower time frames. There's definitely divergence that's happening. I'm actually going to reset this now because I actually already hit those targets. So let's reset it now, and I can show you from a time zone perspective. All right, you can definitely see it here. So the London here has a low. All right, it has a low that it's created right there. Let's go to work here. So the London has a low, and so does the Asian session. All right. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem statement. If you wanted to get in with a sell in the oil price now, you're obviously going against the rally. All right. You're going against the surge. All right. So that's the first challenge here. Your sell might be short-lived. Okay. So you can get in. You can see it's rejecting at the Asian high. And reason, well, not the Asian high, but part of the surge in the Asian high right there. You can see the rejection. Okay. So if you sell, you'll be going against the rally at this point in time. So that's already a risk. However, there could be a correction if you use the Fibonacci retracement tool to give you a better idea. All right, so let's use that. So I'm going to use a 4-hour so you can see. All right. So if we do push to the downside from that swing low to that swing high, we have a Fibonacci 61-point level retracement right there. That's at 103, back to the 103 area. Okay. Now, back to the 103 area would mean that price from the low of the Asian session, all right, today, and the London, if we break through, then we push down here for about 238 points, down back to 103. You can watch this on the lower time frame. So what we would need is we would need a candle to break through and then hold. All right, I'll say it again. Break through, then hold that area for us to continue to the downside. So we'll be watching this very carefully. I'll be watching it on a 12-minute frame, and I'll be watching it on a 10-minute frame to see if there's any break. All right, right now we are at the London low for the day. During New York, or at least pre-activity, when that starts out, we're going to have to wait and see what the pre-open to the US does, and then we're going to have to wait and see what the actual open does. Do we extend anything to the downside? All right, so generally how many guys will interpret it? They'll say that this is a range fake, or at least movement to the upside, and then the true move comes out at New York. So we'll be looking for that a little bit later on. For now, and the reason why I am for that specific take is because there is a lot of divergence that's happening on the lower time frames. You can see on the RSI there is exhaustion that's kicked in already, but yet on the main chart we're seeing a rise here. So we are anticipating that the oil price could come down to the 103. But guys, what's also back to the 103? But what you also need to understand about this, all right, is the following. Is that the countries are, I'm talking G7s now, all right? When I say G7, I'm perhaps not including all names at this point in time. You guys can obviously do research on that. When I say G7, I'm comparing it to the bigger nations, the more stable and more developed economies that don't want to see oil prices pushed too high up, even though that could be the case, because otherwise everything goes crazy. All right. At this point in time, the eastern block of the world is depending on the strait. All right. So obviously they're scrambling around from different countries with different reserves. There's different logistical pathways that is obviously being put into context. Example, there's pipes that run through Russia, and Russia becomes, even although it's a sanctioned country in terms of oil, there's a lot of discounted oil that many countries can buy, and so what's then happening is they have the infrastructure to send oil through to China even. All right, so that's a go-to. So you're not seeing a lot of China that's giving crazy remarks out there at this point, because you know it's alleged that they have about 3 to 4 months reserve of oil still, and that could wait out some of the conflict that's happening in the Middle East. All right, so obviously the much larger economies don't want anything to spiral out of control because that's going to impact the manufacturing side of the global economy. But at this point, we've now reached the 113, and it seems like there's a rejection at the 113 around the world. There's a rejection there, and you can clearly see it. Look at the rejection. All right, for prices to go higher right now. So we're anticipating it to stabilize a little bit. All right, I just wanted to give a little bit more there on that one. All right, let's push now over to GBP USD. I'm looking at movements both to the upside here for GBP USD and Euro USD. Obviously waiting for AUD USD to finish there. So I want you to bear with me here. Look at this. So GBP USD, the high of today on the Asian session has been broken, but it has not been sustained. All right, look at that. There's a rejection at the Asian high this morning. Look at that. Even the 15-minute. All right, even the 12-minute, there's a candle that has gone in up, and we want to now. Actually, it will be great if I can get something here in this session whilst we're together. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to draw this block for us that I draw to monitor the sweep. All right. So right now, this is what we're working with here. All right. So that area is critical. That's a very important point. Let me get a lighter gray. I think that should work. All right. So that's a critical point. All right. It's telling us that there's a rejection that's happening. So there's a sweep here of liquidity. All right, there's a sweep of liquidity. Now, what we're looking for is we're looking for divergence. And at the top side, all right, I can see there's a resistance right there. All right. Meanwhile, price here is pushing to the upside. So there's a resistance. That's why you're seeing the rejection there. All right. Now, that means that we're going to be doing Ash is going to be doing lower time frame trading here. At this point, all right, lower time frame trading at this point, all right. So it's scalping, as you guys know, that's what we do, all right, scalping. And what we want to try and find out is how low can you go, all right? How low? So if we do break, and let me just make sure you guys are with me when I do this. No, hold on. So this movement back down to the Asian low. So the London session has created a high. All right. There's been no low. All right. Unless price continues to the upside. Right now, London is eating off Asia's low. London is eating off Asia's low. So we're trying to identify whether the London session is going to give us a move to the downside here because the dollar is obviously strengthening. Look at that. There we go. I'm going to exit now. I've reached my area here. I'm about to exit. Let me close this. I'm there. Done. All right. So I'm done on that one. The GBP USD could be the next one. All right. So with gold strengthening, I'm already out on the AUD USD on a positive. And then let's now see. So I have to use a different day here to find. Hold on. I'm going to show you to you now. That's too low. There we go. Right here. Okay. So you can see a couple of days ago, that was on the 13th, to be specific, there was a low here. All right. So Asia, when it broke down, created some lower lows. So Asia low, lower low, lower low. All right. So there is a probability that price could do the same thing here. So I'll be tracking this on a much lower time frame. The 1 minute to be specific. It's obviously going to be, there's only about 26 pips here, which is still fantastic. And if I can take this trade now, it would be great. The only way I will not take this trade, you can see that's an area of rejection. All right. So if price had to push up and break above there, I would not take this sell. All right. So I'm going to wait for price to develop here now. And I'm using a 1 minute frame here to do that. All right. I'm using a 1 minute frame. And I want you to notice something here. There is definitely rejection here. And I'm going to be highlighting the rejection. So please pay attention while I go to work. All right, so I've highlighted the rejection, and it is rejection because what price did every time it pushed up from there, so there's a rejection. So I need this area to be cleared, all right, but I'm going to have to wait for a nice strong candle to the downside. Once it breaks, I'm going to push up to a higher time frame, all right, and I'm going to wait for the higher time frame to follow through on that. All right. Still holding on oil. All right. That's Rapelo. I see you there. No problem. So GBP USD, remember, there's two rejected states here. We have one there and we have one here. Either we're pushing up or we're coming down. Either way, I don't care. We can still make money from it. So AUD USD, I'm out of it already. I cannot speak for Euro USD at this point. All right. There is a low here. We got an Asian low here today. Right there. Here we go. And should price break to the downside, which we will monitor, we come back to the couple of days ago for that Asian low. And that's another 29 pips over there. All right. So we'll be watching this very closely now. I'm going to be watching today's low very closely. So the London session started. The London session today, just so you know, guys, the Tokyo session closed at 11 a.m. And I'm talking South African time, okay? And then the London session started at 10 a.m. So what we're going to be waiting is, I'm going to be waiting for the low here. So it started at 10 and created the first low. I'm talking London now, all right? The London session did not create a high. And listen to my talk here. I'm referring to session times now. I'm not only referring to structure, all right? Session times. So we started with the London session. And within the London session, there was a low, and the close happened there with the Tokyo. So we would need that to be broken, and I'm going to be waiting for that. I'm going to be waiting for that now. All right, GBP USD, nothing yet here, guys. I'm watching it for a possible short. The Euro USD also went up. It also went up today, and I want to show you the rejection. So the high that was supposed to be broken is there. All right. You can see that there's absolutely nothing here at this point that's telling us the euro is going to push to the upside right now. All right. Unless we have a lot of volatility that comes in and we push the other way. So I'm going to wait. GBP USD looks much better right now. Look at that. That's what I'm waiting for. We're going to see how that one pans out. All right. Let's see how this one pans out. Then, I cannot omit US 30. US 30 is going back down to 45,619. I've not engaged in it, guys. I'm actually just at this point in time. For me, it's left already. It's left already. And if the dollar strengthens here, we're going to continually see this one come to the downside. So let me just take this off. Sorry. So let's do this. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to get my way here. There we go. So 45,745. Okay. And what we've done is, so I can show you, we've broken through the Asian low. The indexes, the Asian low, we've broken through the low. But you can see it's the 1 hour. Nothing's closed beneath. only the shorter time frames is closed beneath. Okay, so if I do it like this, hold on for me, let's put my block there to show that that's the break. Is it a sweep or not? We're gonna have to wait and see. Is it a sweep? We don't know. We don't know yet. Let's go to work. All right, so there's an opportunity here to get in, but more so, I'll be waiting for the 12-minute here instead. I'm not going to get in now. I'm going to wait for the 12-minute. I'm going to wait for the 12-minute before I do anything here. All right, so I got 3 minutes left there before we close. I'm not going to get in right now. All right, so GBP USD, look at that bit of a rejection there now. Euro, look, you see that? That's what I'm talking about. And look at the AUD USD. We've already gone down. We've created a low in London. Now, just so you guys know, all right, that trade is done. All right, went down, took profits. It's London right now. New York will either go the total opposite way or be coming down. You got to monitor these session times, guys. You got to monitor it. The gold price, exactly the same. We have to wait. Look at that. Right now, we're going to wait. All right. Oil price. There we go. Look at the oil price. See? Look at the oil price coming down now into the London Strait. The London Strait. Hope I have some guys with a good sense of humor here this afternoon. All right, so let's see how they go, guys. So at this point in time, I'm looking at, I'll tell you now, I'm done with AUD USD. I'm not looking at gold right now. It's GBP USD, Euro USD, US 30. Look at that 12-minute. Look at that. See? So the London has now created a low. Pay attention to that. It's created a low. Very important. So there's nothing that I can do. You know, even if I wanted to get in right now, I can't, guys. I'm extending the block because that's rejection, okay? So I've just extended the block. I've extended the block. So if I get a close beneath the block, that is an entry for me. All right, if I get a close beneath that block, and I may not enter with this candle, the next candle might just close beneath there. If the next candle closes beneath there, it means that the continuation is, there's a higher probability that we are continuing to the downside. All right, now this will obviously be the case if the dollar continues to strengthen. If the dollar continues to strengthen, we're going to see the US 30 continue to the downside over here. That's the correlated pattern. All right. Denzel, I'm not sure, man. So there's GBP USD, Euro USD, US 30. At this point, it's really just a waiting game. All right. But GBP USD looks very nice. You know, there is a resistance here for sure. There's absolutely a resistance here, and this is going to be a very good trade, eh? It's a clean move to the downside. But I'm gonna wait for it. The NAS also, you can see that. Look at that. Kind of just waiting for it at this point in time. Let me get to the silver. Let's get to the silver. Let's see what the silver's doing. Yeah, let's see what the silver's doing. Let's get to work. Yeah, come on. Asian session creates a beautiful push. Look at this now. You see that? That is beautiful. Like, that is absolutely stunning. All right, so let's see. Is there some movement to the upside? Looks like there is, guys. This is why I don't just get into trades. This is why I just don't, I don't just get into trades, guys. So the 1 minute here, yeah, there seems like there's a correction coming here now, guys, on silver. Yeah, looks like there's a correction coming. So that's why I don't want to get into anything. Silver is guys, just so you do know, it obviously stabilized a little bit. It was above the 75, and it has similar prices for why gold is where it is as well. Let me just see if I can find. Let me just see here, guys. Hold on for me. See, I'm looking for divergence here. There's no divergence on silver yet. Only on the 1 minute. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Let me see. All right. So if we're gonna do silver. And this correction happens, so if we can get a break, see, the challenge we're working with here, guys, is the following. The interchange between the London and that interchange there. That was the interchange. All right. So I'm going to wait for 69 here. And I'm going to look for any continuation. 69.905. I'll be watching that on the lower time frames. That is for sure. Yep, that's what and I'll be looking to take it back to the 74 mark. 74.137. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. So we might just get it. All right, look, you see, look at the difference there now. So we rejected there. If we get a break and close beneath here, there's a new low. All right, so let's quickly loop back. AUD USD, still bearish. Gold at that zone. I'm not going to engage there now. Oil price, we've touched 107. US 30, waiting, the 12. I'm going to wait for the 12 minute there, all right? Euro USD, we back in here. Look at that, the London. This is going to be a good move, guys, because the London is literally coming off the Asian low, creating a new structure here. See the structure? So from the Asian low today, new structure has been created. So we're going to wait now for this to break. If we can break this as well as this, we're going to see there's any rejection. There's rejection, we're coming back here. Okay? If we go up but we reject, then we come back here. If not, we're pushing up to 1.15. So I have to wait for it. There's nothing I can do right now, all right? GBP USD looks like there's a setup to the downside here. So the correlation is a little bit everywhere at this point. The correlation is a little bit everywhere at this point. All right. Let's wait and see. 1441. Guys, if you're trading anything, let me know as well. All right. There seems to be, look at the divergence here. Look at the divergence. There's a lot of divergence happening here. That is key. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's actually a fantastic setup. That's actually a brilliant setup. But we're going to need it to really break, because the interchange, that area right there, from there to there, that's a lot of money that's just sitting there. That's a lot of money that's just sitting there, guys. All right, this was the interchange. All right. The reason why it was the interchange is because this is when the London started 10. So the London started there. London. So Asia's coming to an end. 11 o'clock it ends, right? London started giving us a push to the downside. So there's a high probability that price could go back to the interchange that happened there, right there first, before 74. So, and it's actually enough. From there to there is enough, actually, if you look at it from a minute perspective. I'm just trying to give you guys a bit more visual. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's actually very nice. All right, let's loop back quickly, guys. Guys, just so you do know, I'm literally looking at assets that is giving us some form of opportunity right now at this point in time. All right. Look, see, there's GBP USD. Look at that. There we go. Looks like it's accepted by the buyers. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. All right. So we're moving. Let's get the candle here. I think this might just be a fantastic trade now. All right, so we got 27 seconds. I want a bigger time frame here. Yeah, so I'll be dealing with. So what I need is the 12-minute to close above here. If even the 10, if the 10 can close above the block. 6, 5, 4. Yeah. Look at the rejection. You see. Guys, look at the rejection there. So it's critical. If it's accepted, it means that the candles are going to go above this block here. This is the area of rejection. So if price goes above there, it means it's accepted. So we can do a 3-minute. Let's do a 3-minute. Let's see what the 3 minutes does. Beautiful, possibly beautiful trade here. Oh, stunning. And look at silver. See, guys, correlation is off. Correlation is off. Look at US 30. Look at that. Correlation is off. Gold is pushing down. And I did not prepare this chart. You know that. Guys, I didn't prepare gold. I'm not going to get into gold. I didn't prepare it for now. I'm going to wait for the New York, okay? This move to the downside here, I'm not trusting it. I would not get into a trade like this. I'm going to be waiting just just for a little bit of a pullback there. All right, there's just too much moving down right now. I'm not going to get myself entangled in that one. All right, so GBP USD and Euro USD is looking good. Not US 30 for now. The silver price is doing what the gold is doing. AUD USD is not doing much. It's already done. So it's the oil price, we're waiting for that. But it's more Euro USD and GBP USD. All right, so look at GBP now. Look at GBP now. Look at GBP. The moment it breaks and closes above that block, that was an area of rejection. I'm going in for my buy on GBP USD. GBP USD. 2 minutes left there. Oh yeah, Denzel. There we go, man. Look at that. 1 minute, 43 seconds. Come on, baby. GBP USD. Come on. Guys, you don't need to trade 5-6 assets at a time, yeah? Let's see if there's rejection at that resistance, yeah? Come on. Free. One minute, 4 seconds left. Let's watch the Euro USD. Also looking phenomenal. We got the Asian high here. We're going to see if it continues to the upside. Beautiful trade to the upside, guys. Fantastic trade. 41 pips up for grabs. But that's a... Now, look at this. High back into the rejection zone, and we come and we close beneath. New candle into the box, and we're struggling there. Wicks are lower. So you need a full body close above the gray block. Full body. Guys, I can tell you today, there's no need to rush things. The markets are here. There's no need to rush anything. Be patient. Wait for it. Wait for it. All right. Silver. Silver's out of that block, guys, which means we're pushing. Yeah, it's out of that block. Look at that. It's already, this is going down. So I'm going to, so silver and gold, let me just put them together. Silver and gold, I'm going to be, this is, the guys are saying it's falling, it's falling, it's falling. Get in, get in. You can catch the correction of that as well, okay? Price goes down, you can catch the correction as well. So there's no need to rush anything. So I'm going to leave those two for now. And you can see I'm not even getting in on GBP USD yet. Why? Because it's still in the rejection zone. I need a candle above. That will mean we're creating a brand new high for London, and the New York could just sustain it. So what we're looking for, it's breakout. There's a bit of a pullback, and now we want it to hold now. Where it's going to hold? Above the gray block. If we get candles that starts closing above the gray block, it means that the support is holding, which seems to be the case. It seems to be the case. Look at that. So I'm going to just wait for it, yeah? Nice, 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 Shira. Let's see, guys. GBP USD. Come on, 1 minute, 34 seconds. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's the 19th of March, ladies and gentlemen. The Middle Eastern tension has flared up. Trump has said that obviously, if they do get involved in any further, it's going to be crazy. But then again, all right, at this point in time, guys, I think what people also need to look at, it's not a one-sided thing. Everybody, there's a lot of people that saying, yeah, Iran this, Iran that. But, one can say that Trump is correct, that they were planning strikes and so forth. But guys, that does not make Trump correct, okay? Because he also violated international law, all right? You're not just allowed to attack a country without any proper evidence and so forth. And according to the international community, and when you follow the comments of Russia and the likes of China, which is global powers, they saying that it should stop. So that means that they don't agree. All right, they may have good conversations, but it doesn't mean they agree. I mean, you can wear a nice sneaker, doesn't mean everybody, you think it's nice, but doesn't mean everybody thinks it's nice. All right, it's just, this is obviously real life. Sorry for the mundane concept, but this obviously now is the killing of people. It's the destruction of infrastructure. They can take decades to build again. All right. So violating international law. Is Iran wrong now for retaliating? Is the international law? Where's the United Nations? Yeah. So, okay, so GBP USD is on top. Euro USD is not. Look at US 30. Look at that. Close beneath here. I'm getting in. Yeah, even the 10. I'll wait for the 10. Or 12, doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to get in on the US 30 after 8 minutes. If it closes beneath there, I'm getting in with the US 30. Absolutely. Down to 45,745. So it's coming out nicely now. All right, that's brilliant. And then GBP USD, we are above. So let's see if it holds now. Let's see if it holds. I'm waiting for my block to be broken. I'm on a 3-minute frame. All right, so guys, I'm on the US 30. And I'm doing the GBP USD right now. That's all I'm trading right now. All right, that's all I'm doing. Come on, 7 minutes left on the US 30, ladies and gentlemen. GBP USD rejecting now in that same place. That's what I'm saying to you guys. You got to watch it. So even if it breaks above, see, this is sweeping, guys. Lots of liquidity. Only if it breaks above, I buy. If we reject forcefully here and come down, I'm selling down. So either way, I'm waiting. I'm on a 3-minute frame. That's all I'm trading right now. 3-minute frame. US 30, I got 7 minutes left here. Hopefully it doesn't push down further. Oh no, I can get it on the 5-minute as well. Oh no, 5-minute as well. All right, brilliant. There's no break. So I got 1 minute left here. Then I'm going to get in. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. Beautiful. All right, 1 minute, 48 seconds. One minute, 30 seconds left. Look at that now. Look at that. I needed to clear the wick. See this wick here? Look at that. I needed to clear this wick here. The candle body should clear that wick. It's actually inside the wick. And if you look at it from a much lower time frame, look at that. It needs to clear it. Look at that. Look at that. GBP USD is back on top. Look at that, guys. Ha! The accuracy is insane, man. Look at that. I can't take the trade like that. Nah. Let's see. GBP USD. We're back up again. Looks like the support is holding, guys. I'm not taking this trade like this, guys. Not like this. 20 seconds left. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. 10 seconds. Guys, look at the accuracy, guys. No. Can't take that trade. Can't take the trade, guys. GBP USD, let's go. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Come on, pound. Pound it. Come on, pound sterling. Show us something different here, man. Let's go. 1 minute, 13 seconds. Check US 30 now. Look at US 30, guys. Right at that support. Springtime. Is there rejection? Look, it's in the rejection box. It's almost 3 p.m. Pre-US Open. Come now. Four minutes left until pre-US Open. Hopefully that we're gonna see some volatility there. Oh man, look at that, back into the box. Back into the box. So the Tokyo low is there. Look how it's come back into the box, guys. And GBP is relaxing. 3 minutes left. Let's see. So it looks like it's holding, but the only way for us to know if it's holding, all right, we need to break above, guys. All right. We need to break above the rejected state. And you can see it is the box. If I had to extend this box here, you'd see it. All right, I'll say that again. Apologies for that. If I take this gray box and I extend it this way, you'll see it's exactly that. But either way, guys, it's either I'm going up or I'm coming down. The only thing I need to do, I just have to wait. There's nothing else I can do right now. I gotta wait for it. And then on this one here, we have the low of Tokyo, which is there. 2 minutes left before we have the pre-market for a pre-open. And if this works out nicely, there might be some beautiful movement back up to there with the US 30, if it does. So either way, guys, either way, it really doesn't matter to me here, guys. It really doesn't matter. Okay, it's a matter about which levels price is going to respect and which one is it going to reject. And either way, we make money. All right, either way. So you have to get into our classes, guys. Get into our sessions, so you can get insight into what I'm saying here. All right, so you can understand that, guys, you don't need it to be complicated. There's no need for all of that. All right, it's not a complicated story. You just need the right education. That's it. And some people spend many years looking for the correct education. Well, if you're on this call right now, you've come to the right place. Euro USD doing nothing there, yeah? See, gold went down. Look at that. It's created a low. It does not mean that we're going to be pushing down further. It's now 1500 hours. So silver. See, New York open. Look, New York open. Let's see if it holds. If the dollar continues to strengthen down, then the USD should come down. Look, there's a lot of movement happening there. Look at that. So what I need out of the block now, if we can get a... Let's quickly extend this now. break and close beneath candle, that's a push to the upside, to the downside. But it's really, look at that. 8 minutes left. GBP USD, it looks like it's holding here for now, guys. Let's see. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. We are over our time, but I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Okay. I'll give it a few more minutes. So, yeah, I'm not going to touch the gold now. If you're in here, you're making money. Well done. Well done. All right. If you're in gold, well done. If you got into silver, well done. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to wait for, look at that. Look at the rejection there now. You see that? So which means this one should be coming down 7 minutes. So guys, the discipline is that you don't need to get into every single trade. That's every market that's going down, every market that's going up. Be selective. All right, I got 7 minutes left. Let's see if I can get a 6. Oh, I can get a 6 as well. Oh, no, I can do 5. 2 minutes left. All right, there we go. 2 minutes left there. GBP USD. Still, look at that. Still, it's holding. Look, rejection, but it's, look at that. Whew. We're waiting. The oil price. Let's see the oil price. The oil price. Still standing. 2 minutes left. Can even get in here. 4 minutes. All right, so I'm going to get in with a 4 minute frame here. 42 seconds left. I'm trading minute frames here, guys. In and out. 30 seconds left. Come on. It means the dollar should be strengthening then. 20 seconds. Come on. Here we go. 19, 18, 17, 16. Come on. Solid move. Look at gold. Look at gold. See? See that? I mean, not gold. Pound. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I've just gotten in with US 30. GBP USD wants to go up. I'm waiting for close above. It's back at that top. All right, so we're above now. It's above. It's above. It's above. It needs to close above now. See that? It needs to close above. Got 1 minute. It's still in there. I need a close above. It's coming back in again. Look at that. See? Look at the rejection. See? Look at the rejection there. Look at that. Look at the rejection, guys. We need a close above. Hope you guys are learning something here. Yeah, there's no correlation. Yeah. It's all over the place at this point. All right, it's all over the place. Look at this. Look, so it's gone back up there, but look. Look at that rejection now. It's spiky. I'm really loving the session, guys, because we're breaking it down so nice. Look at Euro USD now. We've broken above. Only, it's not enough yet. We don't know if it's rejected yet. So, US 30, I'm in for a short there. Euro USD, I cannot, there's no rejection state yet. I can't tell you it's been rejected yet. Okay, because I'm on the 1 minute. So I need to get some more closing here. I need to get some more closes. Look at GBP USD. There's US 30. Is there anyone else that looked at the US 30? Shira, US 30. Who else? Where's Mel? US 30. Anyone? Oh, come on, man. So US 30, I'm in a bit of profits here. Bit of profits now. GBP USD correcting. Rejection. There's a rejection there. Look at that rejection. Yep. Ah, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I wanted a foothold. All right. Next 5 minutes above there, I'm in. But from what it looks like the dollar is going to continue strengthening a little bit here. There could be some more strength. Yep.
Incoming mail.
Let's see how it goes, guys. GBP USD is in the box now. It looks like the support is holding, guys. There's a rejection, but you know, it looks like it's holding a little bit. Look at that Euro USD as well. You know, I'll be waiting for price to push above there. There's the first correction, first rejection. Sorry, look at that. There's rejection. We've come back. Look at that. We went out. We came back in. Look at that. So what Ash is going to look for? Ash is going to look for a 10-minute frame or so, or 5-minute frame, to close above the gray block. That area there. All right, I'll be waiting for that. That's what I'll be waiting for. US 30 struggling still there. It's struggling. So this is pre-market open for the US. We're going to see when at 15:30 what happens. All right, at 15:30. Rejection still inbound. All right, guys, we've been pushing for about an hour and 8 minutes now. Hour and 8 minutes. Very good to be with you. If you're here for the first time, warm welcome once again. Remember, guys, you can open up an account with us, www.tdmarkers.com. Email us at care@tdmarkers.com if you don't have it. Yeah, if you don't have one, if you just stumbled upon us today, that's you can. All right, GBP USD waiting. Look at that in the rejection box. There we go. Look at that. Look at that rejection. Look at that rejection. So 15:30, guys. We'll be watching 15:30 very carefully. I'll be watching 15:30 very, very carefully. Looks like we're still gonna be pushing down, guys. There's the rejection. Look at that rejection there. That's still happening. So, guys, as we load off here, GBP USD, US 30, Euro USD. Looks like the dollar still strengthening a little bit there. The oil price, you know, if the dollar strengthens, we could go up a little bit for another correction. But the gold price coming down to 4,404. The silver price right now, it's really, really not showing us anything. It's just kind of creating what looks like an inverse head and shoulder pattern. But, you know, patterns at times can also be deceiving. All right. Look at the AUD. This is a good cursor here. AUD USD. You could be running in front here now, down to the 69. All right. Which means Euro USD is coming. GB, there we go. So US 30 is going to come down for some good cash. GBP USD, I'm going to wait for it to break 1.32. All right, 729. So I'll be watching 15:30 very carefully here for these things. All right, 15:30. Watch the New York Open. or at least when more of the volume comes in. Let me rather put it like that, guys. All right, 15:30 is when a lot of the volume comes in. All right, you want to watch that. You want to watch that. All right. And then I'll see you guys. Have a fantastic afternoon. Have a fantastic afternoon. You guys were great, man. It's good to be with you guys here. Remember, if you'd like to open up an account with us, if you're here for the first time and stumbled upon us through any kind of advertisement, wherever that was, we on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, TikTok, guys, we're there, LinkedIn. www.tdmarkets.com. You can also email us at care@tdmarkets.com. Have a good one, guys. Fantastic. Good to be with you. What a blessing. Ashley Revere. Ciao, ciao.